Welcome back, and thank you again. Stay tuned. Tuned Apparel. Wise Vibe. I don't even know what the artist name is yet for like what I got coming with music. I've been working on music and all this. I got Lil Rob back on for all you that do tune in when you have the time to. Like, I don't want to force it down your throat and shit. It's here. It's available for you whenever you find the time to take it and listen to it. So, without further ado, damn, I like how that sounds. Let's get back to it. I haven't put a lot of work out there. It's been a lot of music for me, and I'm just trying to find the right mixes with my sounds and just get a little bit of research on that side of like what I already know. So I'm just trying to get a better understanding of the way things work within the recording aspects of music and all that. So it has been a while since I got to coming back around to it. Lil Rob, though, how you been?
I've been pretty good. Just
hanging in there,
surviving.
Survivor.
Just going, you know.
Have you ever watched Survivor or anything like that?
Dude, the one thing everybody should know is, like, you know, when they're like, the tribe has spoken. And they put the torch out. Yes,
I know
dude.
exactly what you're talking about.
Survivor. Is that still going on? I don't think
they
so.
still make like
Really?
shows like that. I don't know. It's on the Paramount Plus app, and if you don't have that, I would highly recommend it. It's, you know, you get that Nickelodeon network, so you got Cat Dog on there. There's Ren and Stimpy,
yeah.
You know, the Aw Monsters. There's
Rocco's
the Rocco's on there. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, hit my line. I won't let this time pass up quicker than you could imagine. Just, yeah, the Keenan Kel and all that, and the Amanda Show and all that.
Dude, the Amanda Show was like awesome.
Good stuff on there. Very good content. They got movies. It's not. I think they have some good movies, but I'm not a movie guy like that, and
he's not.
Sure, there's people that would enjoy the movies on there too. I don't know. I just want to give a shout out to Andreas and Roach.
Yes.
Pinky, Chris, Tejada, out there in the Minnesota, and my guys have been gone, and it's kind of been like as they transition into leaving and going into a new city and a new environment at the same time. For me, it's like those are like two guys that I would try to occasionally stay in touch with and just link up with from time to time when the time was free to do it. And so for me, it's been a little transition from there. So that's why I've been a lot of diving into just researching and try not to do much talking. Been chalking everything down, you know. Take notes whenever you're researching. I don't. I keep it in my head. That's why I be like all discombobulated and shit most of the time these past couple weeks. Trying to do too much. You gotta find a balance, you know. Keep that balance right.
Yeah, definitely. It's a win-lose battle that's constantly going on.
You're familiar with the Video Gordo? I want to give them a big congratulations. Just got a little indoor spot, so
yeah, dude.
Go in there and sit down, and should be interesting to see what they bring to the table.
There's supposed to be new menu items too, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Well, stay tuned.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the podcast. Shout out to Video Gordo. I've always enjoyed the food whenever I've gone over there to get an order and stuff. So thank you
definitely.
For the good food, that soul food.
I mean,
No,
it's
I'm
a whole
just kidding,
team
it's not
effort,
soul
dude.
food,
We
but
all
hits the
have our
soul
part.
right.
Definitely.
You said you've been watching Olympics. I haven't been keeping up with them.
A little bit. Pretty much the skateboarding though. Like,
How has that been?
dude? I've only seen a little bit of the skateboarding because it's like just scrolling online and pages I like that skateboarding, skate everywhere. They'll post some clips of like people doing some runs, and I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like, it's Olympic style skateboarding. Like,
How's the
damn, dude.
setup though? Like, is it something that you would see like in the X Games, or what is it? What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a little.
Like, what are most of them hitting?
So
up?
the X Games is like everybody has their like vert, street, and then there's the street league, the Rob stuff. That's like.
Yeah,
it's a whole kind of like a skate park almost. Yeah, but this is like what I've seen is like they have a good variety of like a bunch of stuff. So like anybody
in
could,
your
like,
run.
Yeah, and I'm like I've seen some.
So some fools start at the vert.
Yeah, and then like,
there's other fools that are just street. So it's all incorporated into.
Yeah, it was pretty good from what I've seen. It's like, but I've seen like I don't know who it was, but there was this Australian skater dude. It was just like. And he looked young, dude. Like, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I could imagine, especially right now. Like, you're gonna see those fools that are from somewhere.
They're gonna bring
else.
some heat. Yeah,
all the
definitely.
time, man. Skating's a really young, a youth, like, I don't know, it's really there for the youth and all that. Especially whenever someone's trying to find themselves.
Dude, the one thing I tell people about it is like you play football, soccer, tennis, whatever, you have a coach. When you're starting out skateboarding and you fall, you have no one to really push you to do it. It's all on you. Like when you're learning and you're grinding through it, every time you fall, like you're gonna fucking it hurts, yeah.
Take the next
get
step.
Up and no, I gotta do this. I'm trying to ollie this gap or whatever. It doesn't matter how many times, like how many days. If I have to come back tomorrow, like in football, you have a coach to motivate you. In skateboarding, it's yourself until you have a group of friends that eventually you go out and skate and push each other or whatever.
And that goes back to like if you leave the city that you're comfortable with, you gotta go and pick yourself up. Like whenever you first get out there and you're gonna learn as soon as you get out there, like shit that you did wrong, or because you're not from the environment or whatever. Like you go out there to Montana and these fools are in the cold or whatever, so it's a whole different world from what the desert life is and all that. It's just like cold. Skateboarding, man. So it's gonna fall along the way, but you just gotta pick yourself up until you get that trick landed. And trick might be landed and it's that little half second that you go about riding away, but that half second within all the hours and days put into getting that, like it means more to you at the end of it than it did in those hours that you were putting away.
Exactly. That's what I tell people. It's like they're like, why do you do that? Why do you, like, if it takes 50 tries, if it takes one try, if it takes 10 times, like that second of glory when you like douche and land it and you ride away and it's like yes, I did it. I fucking did it.
Even on flat when you're doing shit or new tricks.
Yes.
It's the same way. Shout out to Johnny Kaiser out in Nebraska. I think he said Lincoln, Nebraska. I don't want to go back and check, but I could be wrong. And Peyton Manning, Omaha. Shit. NFL season's right around the corner. They playing preseason games. The NFL listeners, I don't really watch football too much, but shout out to you guys if you guys are into all that. And what else we got going? The clouds were just passing us by again for another monster season, as they always usually do. They just hit the desert. They don't hit the desert with the communities in it. You know, these dumbasses decided like let's build the community around where everything else gets flooded at when we're on our fucking horses and shit. A horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Only makes sense. Let's see. Olympics, monsoon season, fall is coming, winter's coming. Don't like let time pass you by. I want to know, like, leave it up in the comments, like, what was your New Year's resolution? And we're past halfway through that mark, but like, how have you lived up to those expectations that you had at the beginning of the year and that you put for yourself? I want to know if you've been able to discipline yourself and get to where you want to be, or if you've exceeded it already, or if you like kind of gave up on it and you're thinking about getting back into it. Like, if you had like a set New Year resolution, I want to know, like, if you've been still working into the plan of it, or what's going on with that. Like, because I don't do those, but I know people do, a lot of them. I saw some on Facebook the other day, and Quentin, shout out to Quentin Barley, he was talking about he's trying to run 1,000 miles this year for cancer awareness within, I think, a family member that he had lost or something too. So if you got anything that you put forth on the table that you wanted to succeed with, like, just leave it in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned. We'll have some more episodes on the way. It's just a little process. We'll have a new set coming soon. I could assure you that. Don't have to go into detail with that. So just keep rocking with it, and don't ever give up. Just like I'll continue to push myself so that I won't give up on you guys with giving out new content and all that.
Hell yeah.
Let's take a little break real quick, and we'll come back and
Okay.
get it chopping again, okay? In a second, in a minute. Think about that and let it settle in.
Oh, do you got pictures of me or something? Oh, okay.
We could. All crazy.
I got some videos and stuff.
Shoot, I just want to give a big shout out to everyone that's been rocking with me from like the first couple episodes and the past couple months. And if you've been growing, big ups to you. Keep doing what you're doing. That's why I tell you, stay tuned. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's about growth. It's about living up to the expectations that you put forth in yourself, and maybe what you feel people want you to live up to. So meet those standards, exceed those standards, and just keep on living. Because like I always tell you, and I'm sure people always tell you, the grind don't stop. It's always gonna have some levels of like despair. I mean, like where you're gonna be wanting to reach out, but you gotta reach inside yourself before you can reach out for someone else's help, because you gotta understand yourself. Stay tuned. Far from what meets the eyes, within. I'll have that on a shirt for y'all soon. I've been lagging on it. Oregon. Shout out to Oregon. We got Oregon on the map. Astoria.
Yes, Goonies.
The
Never
Goonies.
Say Die.
I still haven't seen that movie.
Oh my god, dude. For real?
Yeah, I'll watch it sometime, like in the next 10 years. Course. I'll watch it though.
We are gonna watch it now.
I want you to leave a comment in the fucking description. I want you to leave a comment below and just how upset you are with me that I haven't watched the Goonies. And don't pass it up. Like, for reals, leave a comment and let me know what I'm missing out on.
Dude, gold is what you're missing.
What
Dude.
about, like, if I told you haven't seen the Crystal, what is it?
The Dark Crystal?
The Dark
Dude,
Crystal.
oh my god. Dude, they have comic books and everything. Like, the new show, like...
Sorry if you get upset.
It got canceled, though.
It got canceled.
Dude,
let's just not talk about that. That's a bad word.
It's good.
That's a bad word in these parts.
Yes.
YouTube, I want you to look into it, and you could just live with me on the facts that you're doing wrong to the world and what's right with what you need to see, you know? Because some of that stuff is like to where people aren't ever gonna live out a situation like that, you know? Some of the stuff that they be canceling is just situations that
actually happen.
Come together and you get upset about it, and it's like, don't be mad over ignorance.
To someone else that may be watching, it's like, that happened to me, that means something to me, that is on TV, and it's like, someone else in the world
that's how I tuned into my life. You know what I mean?
Yes. Can I ask you something?
What's up?
Have you seen The Never Ending Story?
It's it's a Disney movie?
No, I don't think so. No.
Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
Say my name, Sebastian. No.
No.
Oh man.
It's
the Luck Dragon.
It's in the 90s?
No, dude. I don't know. I want to say 80s, but no, I think it's somewhere in the 80s.
The Never Ending
Story, dude. My brother ran away from home saying, I'm going to go watch a movie. And then when we asked him what it was, he was like, The Never Ending Story. And then he never came back. And it was like, well, I guess he really watched The Never Ending Story. Like,
I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Dude, yes.
It's that same type of, like,
fantasy.
It is 80s.
Yeah. Man, dude.
It's like, that video game. Shout out to all you players. Maybe I could, like, throw in some of, like, my matches the past week. I've been having fun. I only play UFC. I'm sorry. I'm not into the shooters anymore.
When you showed me your winning streak was, like...
I had, like, 8 out of 10 fights or whatever.
Yeah. It was good.
Just grinding.
3.
I like going... I always end up having 3 rounds with fools. Just... some fool might try to catch me slipping with some spam shit in the first round, and it's just like, I gotta block, and I have to find the right blocks to just catch. They'll catch me slipping on the wrong block, and it's just like, fuck this game. My hands would have been up already. Fuck you mean would have caught that kick.
Remember when they always just quit on you and they don't even finish the match, and they're just like, oh, well, this guy's really good, I'm just gonna
I know,
quit.
like, you just cut down on my submission. Like, that was a submission win. Come on now. I didn't get the sheet for that.
Yeah.
Tic-tac-toe.
Booty.
What were you watching earlier? Community, yeah. I've never watched
Dan Harmon.
A show like that.
Dude, that show's hilarious.
But I used to always see it.
I recommend it to anybody. Like, get through the first season, and it's only 6 seasons. Dude, the first season, because, like, it just starts out with some dude trying to bang some girl, so he makes a fake Spanish study group, and then it just explodes to, like, the whole campus just, like, has a paintball wars and, like, builds the giant pillow fort or whatever.
Okay.
The whole school-wide floor is lava game, and like for like $100,000 or like you get the first pick of your next semester classes. Like, it's just ridiculously funny.
I remember that lava shit.
Dude, it's
imagination.
Like, it's the show that the creator Rick and Morty made before he made Rick and Morty. So it's like, it's well written. If it's like a show you got to rewatch.
I could see the details and just the way that they incorporated the paintball.
Yeah,
and the paint, like that, the way that you use colors with emotion and all that.
And and then it like it's not a normal episode with the paintballs. Like one day, like they've had many episodes of Paintball Wars, and it's like one will be Star Wars themed and one will be like Western themed, and it's like Western revolver guns. Like it's not normal paintball. Yeah, dude, it's like it's That's crazy cool. Funny.
It's pretty creative. Shoot. I always do that while I think, but that's only on camera, because if I could do it anywhere else, it would be inside my head for you not to hear. I don't want to do that no more, so we're going to try to hop on to the next step, and the next step would be 2021. It's been alright. Yeah. I see us going back into a little mask stage again.
Yeah.
But if you didn't think that it would come back, then you're a fool.
True.
Because that's just the way society would work.
Yeah.
You're not just going to have one peak. They were all talking about the peak last year, and it's like, the peak's going to be around for a year or two out there today. What do you mean? Fuck out of here.
It's like a volcano erupting. It's like, oh, is that it? No, there's gonna be more. Like, oh, is that it?
This shit was it's gonna dormant, be more. Like, so it's gonna impact for a little while.
Yeah, dude.
Not just tomorrow.
It's still around, just even like in here in the town.
With PTSD or anything that impacts your own life, you're not thinking about it till next year. Like, it's impacting and making a toll on your system for years to come.
Yeah.
With any like stress or trauma that comes to your life, and you may be like, oh no, fuck that, but it's alright. It still bothers you. I'm just being honest, and you could do what you want or say what you want, and you could leave it in the comments below, but just don't make it negative to where that everyone else can't see, because I would rather everyone else see it than only me see it in like an email message. So just so you know, you should already know, because like Billy Joel said, you ought to know by now.
There you go. Yeah.
What is the plan for you for the next like couple months?
Just trying to pretty much grind save what I can, do what I can, and
I envision screen printing in the next few months. Like, I'm gonna get it into that sooner than later with whatever I got going on behind the cameras and behind these lights. I do want to jump into that as soon as I can, once I get shit situated. And man, again, just like Roach, Anders, fucking
grinding. We
Foul.
miss you.
Where the fuck's TJ, bro? I swear that motherfucker's out there somewhere, and I'm mad. TJ, wherever the fuck you are, I'm mad that you still haven't hit me up. Like, they're gonna be like, who the fuck's TJ? Don't even worry about it, Nikki. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than the podcast.
It's a crazy circle. For sure.
The heads clash, and that's the dude, though. You'd be like the worst person that you want to hang out with. Like, that's the worst person that I should be hanging out with. But for my sakes, like, I don't know, it keeps me conscious. But, you know, you ever met someone try to just pick your mind apart and shit? TJ be trying to pick my mind apart. It's like, I need more people like that in my life. Damn.
It's like when
you're still wrong.
when you have the devil and angel on both of your shoulders, he's both.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck out of here, TJ. What you mean? He'd be like, shout out to Killishaw, TJ Killishaw, that win. UFC a couple weeks ago. Calvin Gastelum from Yuma got a fight coming up in the next couple of weeks. Shout out to Calvin. good post earlier talking about El Chapo freed again.
Dude, that was hilarious.
It
got
good
me.
Good marketing. Props to that. Very good way to use the power that you got and all that. Like,
yeah.
Like, I was like, that's good. This food got me almost too.
Oh, he definitely got
like,
me.
there's no way.
Oh, he got me. That's why I asked you about it, and you were like, no, it's fake. And I was like, God damn it, it got me.
Good marketing, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to Mob Squad North. Shout out to Starlito. Shout out to, what could I shout out to next? Chick-fil-A. Shout out to Chick-fil-A. Even on Sundays, I got the sauce, so I don't give a fuck if you closed. Don't get upset with the way I raised my voice or used my words in that tone. I really want to do like a little food tasting one. I'll be a little savage with some shit. The Kit Kat Fruit Loops or whatever, the Kit Kat fruity bar, that shit was pretty interesting. I don't really fuck with Kit Kats like that, but I like the Kit Kats, the Christmas ones, or just the little snack bars.
Have you ever tried the one that's like a candy bar size, but it's just one Kit Kat and it's just like this big? Yeah,
like the
that
pound
one
ones?
bar. No, not the pound one. It's just like a regular candy bar, like this big, and it's like just one thick Kit Kat. It's like one candy bar. It's like a single one.
What happened to the
You
one?
never tried
They
that?
still make the ones, huh? Like the regular ones now. I'm tripping. No, I haven't had that one.
No? Oh, it's or even the freaking.
The regular one is 4 bars, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just don't do it for me.
Supposedly, supposedly I heard that, you know how they have the left and right commercials or whatever. Supposedly I heard that one side is like more caramel and the other one is more crunchy. But I've yet to like try one and see it out. Yeah, and maybe the regular 4 bars for some reason. I don't know.
Dive into this myth.
Yeah,
like
put
it's
it in the comments.
Dirty
Let
Jobs.
us know. Go buy
Remember
a Kit Kat
Dirty
bar.
Jobs?
Dirty Jobs.
I mean, not Dirty Jobs. What was the ones with the two friends on Discovery Channel? And they were the 2 dudes, and they would always fucking be. He had the glasses, and the other guy was a little. You remember Dirty Jobs or not? You don't remember none of that?
The Job.
There was
the title reminds me of it.
Too. Mythbusters.
Yes,
That was
Mythbusters.
Okay.
Do you remember Dual Survival?
You don't remember Dirty Jobs though?
I remember the title, but I
Mythbusters
don't
what
remember
I was
watching
talking
it.
about. Dirty Jobs, he would just do like he'll go do some fishing and shit or some kind
Okay, so I think I remember Dirty Jobs now.
Labor
but,
jobs.
But you said it was 2 guys with one dude with the glasses. That it was one guy.
That's Mythbusters.
Yes.
That's what I was talking
Dirty.
about.
Yes, I remember Dirty Jobs.
But Dirty
it was
Jobs.
with one guy. I forgot his name, but he starred in a couple movies back in the day. But yes, I remember Dirty Jobs because for a while all I would watch is like the Discovery Channel, History Channel, and the Food Network. Like that was like
fucking old.
I know. I am.
That's like.
Dude, that was like in high school still that I would only watch it.
That's how like older people would be like, come on, bro. Like, why the fuck don't you go in the fucking kitchen and do this shit? Like, show me this
well,
shit.
I did.
Like, you know
I
what mean?
took like 2 years of culinary arts.
That's just how the people are. Like, be like, really? Like, why the fuck am I watching?
Hey, they were good shows
eat?
though. I learned a lot.
But still, man, like, that's just one of those reasons that I was like,
We're
I'm
tired.
not gonna sit in front of this TV and watch someone else. It was always, for me, it was like, this was living their life in front of the camera for you, and you guys are finding like interest in entertainment.
Yeah.
I could go do that, and I'm in my own world. This is my world, and we're fucking around with shit like that.
Well, it was a pretty good mixture of both, but definitely I am a slave to the screen. Like, TV shows, movies, video games, anime.
Anime,
you know, like I'm
anime is big.
Sucked in. But I do love to read books.
I know. Anime is always one. Like, I like the stories and stuff.
Dude, they're crazy good.
Got into them.
Ridiculously
like, good,
unpredictable and
good like morals.
Yeah.
Very well. Stay tuned.
Right? But yeah, dude, they're like, that's why I'm like, they could be like a little violent, but I'm like, whatever, like, it's nothing you're gonna see in a movie and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my son could watch them. Like, they have great, but I let him watch specific ones and whatnot. You know, like,
okay, yeah, they have a lot of like dark.
Yeah, someone
like dark
can.
web type.
Dude,
you know
someone can be crazy. Like, those who know. But yeah, like my son watches them and he's like,
shit.
You can see the difference in him. He learns the morals and values and stuff like that, and like then we incorporate it in our life and try to teach him and be on him about it, and being honest and stuff.
If you had a top 3, would you know it, or like a top 5
for myself or for my kids?
Or like
I'll say
maybe
one,
like 2 that you would like say, like if you've never indulged in it, like check into it, but not like Dragon Ball.
No,
Naruto
okay, so some that people don't really know. For adults, I would say my future diary, or my future diary in Japanese. I believe they call it like Nikki Maria or Mana or something like that. Someone with the M.
My future diary.
But for my son, I make him. Well, I don't make him. Like, actually, I did for the first, like, you know, I did to try to get him into it, and then like, but dude, he like I made him watch like 2 episodes of My Hero Academia for kids, and I'm like, my son took it and like ran with it, like, because before I showed it to him, I watched it every season, like maybe like 3 times, and
that's always a good one for the young
it was
kids,
great for me. Like, I loved it. It was awesome, and it's so unique.
My nephew watches that shit.
Dude, yeah, it's huge. Like, I even for like maybe 2 Halloweens ago, I dusted out like some cash to get like a cosplay for my son from Japan, and like
shit.
Dude, yeah, and like it still fits him. I got like 1 size bigger, so that way like he kind of
grow into it.
Yeah, and dude, he's still into it, and I buy him little Funko Pop figures, or like, you know, like the figurine porcelain crap, like statues.
Yeah.
Like, he's still into it. And, like, they've made like 2 movies of the show too, and like they're still like, I'm like, oh my god, like, holy crap. Like, me and him are like, oh my god, together. So it's like, and then like they have video games too, so we play them too, and,
okay,
you know, so it's like,
so My Hero Academia and my
My Future Diary for adults. Like that was like the first anime that got me hooked into like deep watching anime that was like not like Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, we're gonna take one last break and we'll get up off of this shit in a little second. So we'll be back.
Hey, we're coming back to you live from the stars in the sky. We're staying tuned, and here's the main man himself.
The main man. Thank you for that. The stars in the sky, man. The sky. You like looking at the clouds and shit when you see a shape? What do you usually catch, faces or shapes?
Dude, okay, so I'll do you one better. The greatest thing I ever saw, I shit you not, I was at Pat's house, but like we were in a game of D&D, and I went outside for a smoke break, and dude, I was like lighting and I was like, what the? And I shit you not, it looked like a giant dragon in the sky, to the point where I ran inside and I told everyone.
The clouds?
Yeah, dude. And I told everyone, I was like, get your cameras. I was like, I shit you not. I was like, I swear to God, there's a cloud that looks exactly like a dragon. And we took pictures, dude. I was like, if I can find them, I'll send them to you. But like, everyone was like, holy shit. Like, people didn't believe me, so they like had to actually run back in to go get their phones to go take pictures. Yeah, it was like,
I've seen when I was off of 8 the shrooms, psilocybin, fungi all around you. If you don't know that, it's just like the ocean. It makes up most of what we live in our environment. If you don't know that, it's naturally, there's over like 100,000 different species of fun guys. But when I was looking at the sky and the cloud looked like a fucking clown just in your face and all that, and I was like, it's fucking Pennywise in the clouds, and then the stars, and like, you know how they incorporated like the universe and how he was an alien. And I was like, and I was like tripping, so I was like, fuck, that's why Pennywise in the sky, because he's with the fucking aliens and shit, like going hard. At the same time, I had little segments where I was looking at the stars at night, and the stars were the eyes just looking back at me, like you say, like something like what was it, like a dome or something, and then it's like that's what's bigger than us looking at us.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I can't think of it now, but yeah, it was like
they know, like it was on the same episode.
I forgot what exactly we were talking about, but basically it was the same thing as like
that's one of them.
An ant field, like an ant farm. As a kid watches the ant farm as the parents watch the looking over, kid, and then the grandparent. Like, it was something like that.
I'll just destroy you now.
Yeah, it was like something bigger than us is always controlling something or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I've never seen The Matrix.
I haven't either, honestly.
Oh, people
are gonna be mad. I know. People always get mad.
John Wick 3 though, we watched that.
I know.
Earlier.
Yeah,
I was
dude.
fucking. Oh.
Yeah.
I saw the first like half hour or whatever, but as we were getting into it, I was like, oh, it's
dude.
Good. Like,
yeah.
The story is
heated.
Dope. Like it's exactly what I wanted to take from it. TJ, shout out to Narcissus again. But what you say? Free Fire. He showed me Free Fire. If you haven't watched that, I think it's on Netflix still. It's from like 2017. It's one of those English production at 928 or whatever, the production studio. They have a lot of Netflix movies on there. That was a good one. It's just straight like a raw shootout type real life situation with people with not the best profession in the training with guns and stuff. So that's when, like, you got John Wick and it's assassin badass, so the way he's got the muscle memory to reload mags and do all that while he's trying to choke you out and kill you at the same time with those seconds in between. All that comes with like being in the fucking shooting range and going through all that or whatever training you're going through.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yeah. And then the Free Fire, it's like these fools are just shooting with no technique and like little technique, so it really goes throughout the whole like movie, and it's like, damn, that's a whole shootout. Like, really good. I would really recommend it for you guys. You'll probably watch it after this episode with me while we edit it. No cap. Why did I say that? I don't like that word, because they'd be like no cap and I'd be like all caps because I love mushrooms. That season's coming too. If you're gonna take a trip, I recommend you take a trip for your first time as like a bicycle park, just like Cuddy said. It's like bicycle training wheels. Just ride them for a little bit, take a little gram, ride it out. Don't overdo it. Don't let your ego get ahead of you, because at the end of the day, your subconscious will overtake what you're feeling inside. Outside, it's two different worlds going on, and then the third one shows up. Like, what dimension is this? That's the one that I love waiting for. I'm crazy though.
It just pops up out of nowhere.
I just sit around and I wait for it, bro. I tell you, like, I have enough experience where I just ready for it. And so I've been like, lately, it's gonna be a while till I go back to there, so that I forget how it feels to get to it. That's how my mind works.
I just remember high-fiving a lot and being happy.
I never be around people when like I do it though.
I have and I haven't.
The fat ones.
I'd rather be alone though. Yeah, definitely.
The smaller ones, I'll be around people, but the ones that I go where it's like I gotta take my ego somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
You'd be in like spaceship and shit, driving. I'm just kidding. Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't do all that stuff. Get a Uber. You guys have plenty of ways to make money. I mean, they got OnlyFans, right? So yeah, you got ways to make your money. I know you got your cheddar, so
I'll put my
don't
OnlyFans
spend your cheddar like paying for fines that you gotta pay with the state or the government. Waste your cheddar on yourself. Have fun. Be smart with it. Get home safe every night. No days off with it when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I keep my circle tight. Like, you know, you get to know everybody and they know your own limits and they'll stop you before you think you can stop yourself and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
No, I'm good. Like, no, you're not. Shut the fuck up.
Roach was always good about that.
Heck yeah, we were just talking about that.
Good.
Yes.
And I mean, as far as it goes, stay tuned, and when the next show appears, I'm sure you'll be ready for it. But don't sleep. Don't be a Delta, and be an alpha. Outshine everyone else. Stay tuned and come back when you're ready for more. Thank you again. Shout out to Roach again. Shout out to Andreas. R.I.P. Isaiah. R.I.P. Justin. And there's a lot more on the list, but don't let life get ahead of you. And keep grinding while you have the time to. Never give up, and we'll talk to you soon, because in the end it doesn't even matter. I had a fault to lose it all.
Fuck yeah.